leave my side. And every time I call your name out just to find that you're already right here with me, never been alone. I can trust you with my heart, 'cause this I know. You are always faithful, you love me from the start. No matter what I'm facing, I will trust you with my heart. You are more than able to lead me through the dark. Your love is never failing, I will trust you with my heart. Whoa, I will trust you with my heart. There are days when I feel I need a friend, and then I hear your voice reminding me again that you're already right here with me, never been alone. I can trust you with my heart, 'cause this I know. You are always faithful, you love me from the start. No matter what I'm facing, I will trust you with my heart. You are more than able to lead me through the dark. Your love is never failing, I will trust you with my heart. Whoa, I will trust you with my heart. No matter what may come, no matter what I go through, God, you are never gonna fail me, I will trust you with my heart. No matter what may come, no matter what I go through, God, you are never gonna fail me, I will trust you with my heart. You are always faithful, you love me from the start. No matter what I'm facing, I will trust you with my heart. You are more than able to lead me through the dark. Your love is never failing, I will trust you with my heart. Whoa, I will trust you with my heart. Whoa, I will trust you with my heart. Whoa, I will trust you with my heart.
Good morning, elementary students. It is Pastor Dan here, the Kids Work Studio on a Sunday morning, or maybe whenever you're watching this. We're so thankful that you are tuning in every single week and learning from God's Word with us together. Even though we can't be here in person, we're still having some time together every single week. Hopefully you've had an amazing week at your home, maybe at school. Hopefully you're heading back to school right now this week. Hopefully your week has been so absolutely great. We've been praying for you. We're excited for your new year. Well, last week we started a brand new series called The Rules for Life. Did you tune in last week? If you haven't, go back and tune in, because we have a brand new series we're so excited about. It's a board game series. It's a series all about this idea of following the rules for God's game of life. That God's laid out for us, just like Katie laid, God has laid out for us a path for life. And as different things come up in our life, we learn what our next steps will be. But as we play, we walk along this life that we have some rules and some responsibilities. When we play a board game, maybe you got a board game for Christmas, or you played a board game over your Christmas break. As you played together with your family, I know we love playing board games, you had to follow the rules to make sense of what you were doing. The same thing is very true when it comes to this life that we're living and following the path He just laid out for us. We have some rules that God has given us in order to make sense, in order for us to find the right directions for life. We've also been talking about this idea of responsibility. Last week, as we came together, we learned about this word, responsibility. That our responsibility in our life is this way for God to know and to be able to trust us with what He's given us. So we have these responsibilities, we have these rules, and now we have these resources. We're going to talk about this idea of the riches and the things that God's given us. Maybe you've got some amazing stuff that has been given to you over Christmas. But one of the fun ways that we can enjoy those things is learning how to share. Not just to keep things, but to offer those things to others around us. That's what this morning is all about, is a special story to help us understand this idea of giving and sharing what God's have with us, the riches that we have. So as you tune in right now, we have a special lesson right now, but also we have a special song to start us off. Hopefully you enjoy the next couple moments, and we'll see you right after the lesson time.
I'm not helpless, I have purpose to change the world around me one step at a time. I wanna be the best me that I can be. Not living for the moment, but the future I see. That's why every second of every day I'm making a choice to make a change. Won't give up, won't let you down. I'll go for it and get it done. I'm on it, I got it, still having fun. You can count on me. It's my responsibility, and you know you can count on me. I'm not helpless, I have purpose to change the world around me one step at a time. I wanna be the best me that I can be. Not living for the moment, but the future I see. That's why every second of every day I'm making a choice to make a change. Won't give up, won't let you down. I'll go for it and get it done. I'm on it, I got it, still having fun. You can count on me. It's my responsibility, and you know you can count on. I'll go for it and get it done. I'm on it, I got it, still having fun. You can count on me. It's my responsibility, and you know you can count on. It's my responsibility, and you know you can count on me.
Done! Oh, here we go. Hi, I'm Erica. You ever play concentration? Or some people call it memory.
My friends and I play it all the time. I'm the best at it.
The object, if you don't already know the rules, is to find two cards that match. Boom! So, my friends and I have added a rule. Anytime you make a match, you
Get candy! Candy, 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 candy.
What can I do? It's a rule, and rules are part of life. Yes! You've got to talk about rules when you're talking about responsibility. Responsibility is showing you can be trusted with what is expected of you. Of course, the rules don't say I have to eat candy every time I get a match. So, usually, I save it for later. This is what I've won so far. I mean, what can I say? I know how to pick 'em. My friends are like, you're too good at this game. Give us some candy. And I'm like, get your own. I might have a problem. No. Today's Today's story is one that Jesus told about a man who had a little problem with sharing. Who knows what that's like? I'll see you in a bit. Mine.
The Bible. It's 66 books of history, stories, letters, and poetry that fit together to form God's one big story. The epic adventure of how He created us and loves us so much that He made a way to rescue us. As we travel through the Bible, from Genesis to Revelation, we discover people who met God and found their lives changed forever. Now, for an amazing story, inspired by the book of Luke, chapter 12, verses 13 through 21.
Everywhere Jesus went, large crowds followed him. Some really wanted to learn and change. Some were just curious. Others, like the religious leaders, listened to Jesus' words so they could trap him with tricky questions. But there were some people who just wanted Jesus to back them up, to tell them that their way was the right way. One of these was a man, we'll call him Ezra.
Teacher! Hey! Teacher!
Ezra's demand was loud enough that everyone stopped talking to look at him.
Are you gonna let me through or what?
Ezra shoved through the crowd, dragging another man behind him, his brother.
Teacher! You've got to tell my brother here that he has to divide the family property with me.
Ezra's brother looked like he wanted to sink straight into the ground. Jesus turned to Ezra.
Friend, who made me judge or umpire between you?
People listen to you. I thought you could, just settle this. Tell my brother I'm right.
Watch out. Be on your guard against wanting to have more and more things. Life is not made up of how much a person has.
That is not what I asked.
Jesus didn't argue with the man. Instead, he told a story, a parable. If he had told this story today, it might sound just a little something like this. There once was a rich man whose field grew a fantastic crop of grain. Perhaps it was corn. His manager brought him the good news.
Sir, we're set to bring in a bumper harvest of cobs and kernels.
Yes! Go me!
Oh, well, your employees did an excellent job of preparing the fields.
Go me!
And there was a lot of sunshine.
Go me!
And just the right amount of rain.
Go me!
Yes, go you.
Harvest the crop at once!
Well, we're working on that. There's just a little problem.
Problem? Who messed up? Fire them at once!
Oh, no. It's a good problem. You don't have enough barn space to store all your grain.
Huh. I'm just too successful. Go me.
Well, I was thinking you could share some of the grain.
Share it.
Well, yes. Some extra bushels for your employees, maybe give some of it away, popcorn for all the kids in town, hold a cornbread festival for everyone.
But it's all mine.
Oh, yes. Yes, it is.
I know. I'll tear down my barns and build bigger ones. Then I can store up all the extra grain for myself.
Oh.
See to it. I want those new barns up by the time the corn harvest is in.
Yes, sir.
The old barns were torn down and brand new, bigger barns were built.
Perfection. Is the corn harvest complete?
Yes, sir. All finished.
Excellent. Have the men store it all in these new barns immediately.
But they're so tired.
I said immediately.
Yes, sir.
At last, the rich man's entire corn crop was stored in his shiny new barns. He settled back in a comfy deck chair and surveyed his property as the sun set.
Go me! Self, you've done pretty well for yourself. You got grain stored away for a lot of years to come.
He popped a gourmet corn chip into his mouth.
Self, take it easy. Eat, drink, and live it up.
You foolish man.
The rich man nearly choked on his chip.
Excuse me?
The rich man looked around, but he could see no one. He was entirely alone.
Oh, great. Is this supposed to be some God moment where I discover what I've been doing wrong?
That's exactly what it was.
You foolish man. Tonight I will take your life away from you. Then who will get what you have prepared for yourself?
Could we come up with a different ending to this story?
But there was no way out for the rich man. He had chosen to focus only on what he could keep for himself. Jesus wrapped up his parable by explaining,
That is how it will be for whoever stores things away for themselves, but is not rich in the sight of God.
We don't know how Ezra responded, but maybe, just maybe, he started worrying less about getting more of his family's stuff. Maybe he started to care a little more about sharing what he did have with his brother.
Jesus told the story of a rich man. He had more than enough food for himself to eat, and he kept it all. Every last grain. Don't misunderstand me. There's nothing wrong with saving. It's good to save your allowance money for that new toy you want. It's good to save candy for later instead of eating it all at once. But saving wasn't the problem with the rich man. No. His problem was his heart. He loved himself and his stuff more than he loved other people. And that's not good, because people are always more important than stuff. You see, I can't say that I'm a follower of Jesus if I'm going to be selfish with the things I have. Those things don't match. It's our responsibility to share with others, and we all have something we can share. Maybe you have time to share, or money, or candy. You're going to have all kinds of chances in your life to share with someone who has less than you. Don't miss your chance. Here's a rule for life to remember today. Share what you have. I've got candy to share next time I see my friends. I've got clothes I don't wear anymore that I could donate. And I've got time if anyone wants to play concentration with me later. Although I warn you, I'm pretty much the best at it. See you next time. I'll save you some candy.
Wasn't that a great lesson? I love the Lego storytelling. I love playing with Legos, and I loved the fact that this morning's lesson was taught to us by Lego people. Wasn't that hilarious? This morning we talked about this idea of sharing what we have. That's what the story just told helped us understand. That our responsibility, the rules for life, is also part of us understanding to share, to offer what we have. Not just to kind of keep to ourselves, not to be selfish, but to offer what we have to others. A game that we play at our house, I don't know about your house, but we play Monopoly, right? And that's one of those fun, amazing games. But the problem with Monopoly is it's all about keeping. It's not about sharing. But as you play the game of Monopoly, you get to learn a little bit about this idea of sharing and keeping what you have. Maybe you're the kind of person that plays Monopoly and you offer up some loans to your friends and you play a little more fair. But for my world and when I grew up playing Monopoly, it always ended up being kind of a fight or ended up being kind of strained because we didn't share. We ended up kind of playing in a way that really kind of made sure that someone else didn't have. What I want you to do is I want you to think about this idea of opposite of monopoly. We don't want to monopolize, that's a word, monopolize what God's given us, but we want to offer what God's given us to others. The rule for our life as a Christian is different than monopoly. It's not about keeping, but about sharing and giving what we have. What I want you to do is think about this opportunity that you have this week. What are the things that you've been blessed with? What are the things that you have? What are some things maybe in your home that you have too much of? You know, Christmas has come around and we have all these extra gifts, some brand new things, and then we have a bunch of things in our house that we're not using anymore, that we could give away, that we could offer to someone who maybe doesn't have, or just a way to maybe encourage a friend to say, hey, you know what? I have some things I want to give you. So this morning, as we wrap this up, I want you to take some time to think about the things you have in your home, maybe in your life, that you could share or give away to others. That is the way that God wants us to live our life differently according to His rules. We have one final song as we wrap this up, and then after this, I want to talk to your parents for a quick moment about this new year. Talk to you in a minute.
what we'll do. Love one another, love one another with a love like no other that we found in you. Love one another, yeah, love one another, that's what we'll do. We're alive to love one another. We're alive with love like no other. We're alive, we're sisters and brothers. We're alive to love one another.
Hey moms and dads of elementary students, our families, we thank you so very much for joining us every Sunday morning. Thank you for tuning in to these amazing videos. We know that we're heading into 2021 now. We're a couple weeks in and we're still not in person together quite yet. We're working on that. We're praying through that. We know there's a lot of things happening in our world, but we want to make sure that we are doing our best to reach out to you, to help you in all that's going on in this new year as we continue kind of with the final stages of the pandemic, and as hopefully as some new things happen, as some new changes happen that improve the health of our country, we want to make sure that we're helping you. One of the things that we do every single week along with these videos is we offer resources to your family to download. We want to make sure that you have the opportunity to take these lessons and continue to kind of work on them, talk about them, and then apply them to your lives as a family. We have a special resource just for your child to do daily devotion times, a little quiet time with God on their own. We have a resource that actually goes along with this lesson and gives you a family time activity, devotional, to do together. And then we have a special resource called Parent Cue that we offer every single week just to give some encouragement and some instructions for being a better parent. We know that all of us are not perfect parents, and we can use all the resources we can, all the help we can get, all the encouragement we can. So please look at those resources on our website. Download the one for your student, download the one for your family, and download the one for just for you as parents. But know this, my wife, Melissa, and I are here for you. Our kids are at that point where they're heading into junior high, heading into high school, but we remember the elementary years. We remember knowing and wanting to have as many friends and encouragements and places we can turn for help as possible. And that's what we're going to do. We want to make sure that you have a place to turn. My wife and I are available to you to help you, to encourage you, to cheer you on, to pray with you, do whatever we can to help you. So please do not hesitate to reach out to us. We've not met you in person yet, maybe for some of you, but don't worry about it. We want to make sure that you have us as your family pastor and wife as families, that we're here together for you. So please feel free to reach out to us. We love the fact that we get to hang out with your family and your child every single week. Thank you for the opportunity and the privilege of spending time this way with your child every single week. We'll be praying for you. Have a great week as a family.